strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this... In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about?
All right.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with... I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep...
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. So, anyway, I'll get going now.
Well, that was a nice chat.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Cloran! What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
Time to go.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that...
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing?
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse. Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there are so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the...
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and... There are many documents here. Take a break.
You read Paimon.
All right, let us take a break.
Even the resting... All the silence is making Paimon...
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely... Would you like to have some drinks?
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Novelette likes to... He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire wine... What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all...
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to...
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat. Here is one of their latest products. Water from Sumeru's. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel... the waters of cider... Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're... Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my... I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed...
Questions? Are there really things you can't...
Many, in fact. But the one question that... In essence, I neither know why I was born... I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very...
True. Some of them have been...
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even my guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaning... That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are...
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy.
I wasn't able to find any leads.
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. If there really were an organization attempting... Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing that...
Huh. Why didn't
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be...